Your morning coffee feels simple, but hidden inside that paper cup is one of the most complex systems on Earth. Agriculture, finance, shipping, manufacturing, retail, geopolitics, thousands of miles, millions of people, countless risks, all working together for one cup of coffee. That $5 latte in your hand is the endpoint of a global economic thriller. Before it reached you, this coffee survived climate shocks, commodity speculation, global shipping bottlenecks, and industrial transformation. Your morning coffee is not simple. It is one of the most complex supply chains on Earth. But before it reached you, the coffee bean at its heart survived a perilous journey. It weathered unpredictable climates and volatile markets. It crossed vast oceans in the bellies of enormous ships. It was transformed by fire and pressure. Its story is not just about a plant, but about people, systems, the intricate, often invisible web that connects a remote hillside to your neighborhood corner. The journey is long, the risks are many, and the final product is a small miracle of modern global trade. The story begins in a place that looks nothing like the polished interior of a city cafe. It starts on the cool, misty highlands of Ethiopia, the very birthplace of coffee. The quiet simplicity of your morning coffee masks a world of constant activity and immense scale. High on Ethiopia's misty highlands, small family plots carve the slopes. Generations rely on this harvest, every tree, every season. Only deep, glossy red cherries are picked, by hand, on steep terrain. Woven baskets to raise drying beds, parchment raked under sun and wind. Here, meticulous work creates the first value in the chain. The harvest is intense, manual labor. On steep slopes, selective handpicking is crucial for high-quality specialty coffee. It's slow, painstaking work. These farmers are the first and most vulnerable link in the global coffee chain. Their entire livelihood depends on the harvest. A good year means food and school for their children. A bad year can be devastating. Their income is at the mercy of forces beyond their control, earning as little as 1% of a cup's retail price. Once harvested, dried, and sorted, the beans leave the farm and enter the world of global commodity trading. Here, coffee becomes a commodity. At this point, coffee stops being agriculture and becomes finance. Its identity reduced to a ticker symbol. Its value is set on exchanges, determined by supply, demand, and speculation. Traders buy and sell futures contracts, agreements to trade coffee at a future date. Roasters use this to lock in prices, a practice called hedging. But speculators also join, betting on price moves without ever touching the beans. Speculators bet on the direction of the price itself. If they believe a drought will cause prices to rise, they buy futures contracts, hoping to sell later at a profit. Their collective actions create enormous volatility. A weather report or political development can send prices soaring or plummeting in minutes. In one recent year, coffee futures swung by more than 75%. This volatility is a great risk for everyone, but especially for the small farmers least equipped to handle the financial shocks it creates. Once a deal is struck, the coffee begins its long journey. Packed in burlap sacks, the beans are loaded into steel shipping containers, the building blocks of global trade. These containers move seamlessly from trucks to trains to ships, arriving at a major port. Here, towering cranes stack them onto colossal container ships, some capable of carrying more than 20,000 at a time. The ocean journey is fraught with risk, storms, delays, and a cascade of costs from fuel and insurance to port fees, each adding to the final price of your coffee. Every day, millions of coffee bags move through ports, warehouses, trucks, and container ships across the world. Coffee is one of the most traded commodities on Earth. Behind every cup is a logistics network operating at planetary scale. But this system is fragile. Global events cause massive disruptions, port congestion, container shortages, and skyrocketing costs. After weeks at sea, the container arrives. But its journey to the roastery is far from over, facing unloading, customs, and final transport by truck or rail. The arrival at the roastery marks a pivotal moment. The beans arrive small, dense, and green, with a faint grassy smell. It is here, through the transformative power of heat, that the bean's true potential is unlocked. The green beans are fed into a preheated rotating drum. The roaster listens for the first crack, a popping sound signaling the beans are expanding. They watch the color change from green to the familiar shades of brown. This process determines the final flavor profile, whether bright and acidic or dark and chocolatey. Achieving a consistent profile requires incredible precision and control. Once roasted, the beans are cooled instantly. Packaging is the final layer of protection against coffee's enemies: oxygen, light, and moisture, which make it go stale. Specially designed bags are sealed, labeled, and boxed. This entire process, from the precision of the roast to the engineering of the packaging, is designed to preserve the flavors first created on a distant farm. The final leg of the journey is the last mile. From roasting facilities, coffee moves through warehouses and delivery networks to thousands of cafes every day. For chains like Starbucks, this system is tightly controlled to ensure consistency across the world. And finally, at the cafe counter, the supply chain becomes personal. The barista performs the final transformation, turning a globally traded commodity into a daily ritual. At the counter, all previous costs accumulate. The price of the beans already includes farming, shipping, and roasting. To that, the cafe owner adds rent, equipment, wages, milk, and cups. The $5 price tag starts to make more sense when you see the long line of costs stretching all the way back to the farm. For premium coffee brands, the experience is the product. But what are you actually paying for? The green coffee beans might be less than 10% of the cost. The rest is rent, labor, utilities, and marketing. This branding adds significant value and cost to the final product. A carefully calculated strategy behind your $5 latte. The price of your coffee can feel stable, but the global system that determines it is in constant flux. The most powerful factor is climate. A sudden frost in Brazil can destroy a crop overnight. With less supply, competition drives futures prices up. Logistics are another variable, depending on oil prices and port congestion. That increased cost is eventually felt by roasters, cafes, and you. A global shortage of shipping containers and disruptions to major routes have multiplied freight costs. A container that cost $3,000 to move before the pandemic could suddenly cost $15,000. When combined with higher prices for green beans, roasters must increase their wholesale price. The cafe owner, facing higher costs for beans, milk, and rent, has little choice but to raise prices. That extra quarter you pay is a direct echo of these distant global events. Your latte is more than milk and beans. It's the visible endpoint of a vast, hidden machinery. A global system of agriculture, finance, and shipping. From farmers' hands to digital markets, across oceans to your cup. Each step adds cost, risk, and another layer to this small miracle of global trade. The next time you hold a cup of coffee, think beyond the cafe. Think of the farmers in Ethiopia, the traders watching commodity screens, the ports, ships, warehouses, and roasteries moving millions of beans across the world. Because your morning coffee is not just a drink, it is globalization. In a paper cup behind every product is a hidden supply chain. Subscribe to Supply Chain Legends and uncover the systems that power our world.